Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to How I Did It. Today is our final series on the power pedestal. I'm going to connect my 30 amp plug-in for my RV, and I'm also going to connect a 110 gfci. Now here I'm just using a little bit of flex conduit. This is going to be the 30 amp plug-in for the RV. Now I went through here and I connected this all in, and then I had to go back and disassemble or disconnect. I like to put the wire sheathing over it, the wire going into the box, and just mark it with what that wire is servicing, and you'll see it coming up here in just a second. Now this 30 amp plug, it's a lot like your plugs that you put in your house. There's a copper lug to attach, which is your hot. There is a silver lug, which is for your neutral, and then of course your ground. It's very easy. Plus there's a label on the inside door of these 30 amp plugs. You can't mess it up. Now because I had the heavier gauge wire out here, I opted to go ahead and use that for my GFCI plugs. But the yellow wire would have been sufficient, which is your 12 gauge. Now here you're going to see after I get it all connected, I end up pulling it back out because I want to put my labels over my wires. And you can see them down there by where the conduit comes in. And again, that just lets anybody know who goes inside this box what those specific wires actually are servicing, what that breaker will service. And then just a real quick overview. So 20 amp breaker for my GFCI plugs. The 30 amp breaker is for the RV plug-in. And now I'm just going to go ahead and attach the plugs. Now I only have one GFCI plug, and the way you wire it is on the instructions. It's actually very clear. Your main power servicing will come in. There will be a yellow label. You see that yellow label over the top. So if, say, you wanted that GFCI to carry on to the next plug in the line, then you attach your positive and your neutral on the back side underneath that yellow label. And there it is. The left one's your actual GFCI. It's carried over on the top to the other plug. So we label that one as GFCI as well. And there's the finished product. Now what was totally awesome, I had one grounding rod in, but because this is in Florida, lightning capital of the world, I always do 2 grounding rods. To get that grounding rod into the ground, I used my Titan post pounder with the adaptive tip on it. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love that tool. It was the best money I ever spent. And granted, I have it sped up here, but I am putting no effort whatsoever. I'm just holding it on top, pushing the trigger, and down in the ground it goes. Went ahead, got the grounding wire attached to the grounding rod. And again, it's only one in the ground. I'm going to set a second one in. Once this was done, I went ahead and called Lake County inspections out to do an inspection on it. And green is good. Green means I passed. So now I called the power company and said, come hook me up. Alrighty then. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Thanks for stopping by.